Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Abigail Carmelim bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. Migration must be a right, not necessarily an obligation dictated by situation of need. When life leads you to have to go back in your footsteps, then the help of someone who gives you a new opportunity to start over is crucial. The Salesian NGO of the International Volunteer for Development (VIS) firmly believes in these principles, and the story of El Hadi Ndiaye, a Senegalese worker and father, is a perfect testament to that. We leave the floor directly to El Hadi. My name is El Hadi Ndiaye and I am a father of 6 children. I have 19 years of migratory experience in Italy, where I work as a worker in a leather processing factory and later as a seller of jewelry and footwear. Over the years, my residence permit has expired and my own work could not guarantee its renewal. I had to become an irregular migrant and was no longer able to meet the needs of me and my family in Senegal. I therefore decided to take advantage of the opportunity for assisted voluntary repatriation offered by the VIS as part of the project U&O, a new opportunity. This allowed me to return to Senegal permanently and to develop my own business project. Once the governor of California gave Los Angeles County Schools the green light to return to in-person teaching, the city of Downey found itself without any after-school schedule for its 12 elementary schools. And with just 7 working days before schools reopen, there was an urgent need to hire 26 people for the district's after-school programs. Veronica Lizardi, director of the Downey Unified School District, then contacted Juan Carlos Montenegro, director of the We Care program at Bellflowers, San Domenico Savio's Parish, also in the Los Angeles area, to see if and how Salesians could help Downey's children using the after-school model program We Care used at the San Domenico Savio. The We Care program began in 2014 at the Salesian parish of Bellflower with the simple goal of serving neighborhood children who were on the waiting list for the after-school programs provided by the city of Downey. We started with only 35 children and soon serve over 115 children every day of school, said Jonathan Lara, the program coordinator. The Salesian Social America Network (RASS) on Friday 9 April last began its training proposal for 2021 with the module Salesian Leadership for Social Transformation. The permanent training center, the Institute of Salesian Studies at Don Bosco Hall, located in Berkeley, California, USA, is the entity responsible for the development of this transversal module. Considered vitally important by RASS as it offers alternative training aimed at strengthening Salesians' leadership within works and social services, generating innovative experiences that have relevance and impact in different contexts, and that they can bring about a social transformation for the benefit of children and young people at risk with whom RASS members share their lives, missions, and work on a daily basis. Don Rafael Bejarano, referent for the social works of the youth pastoral sector, together with James Reza Bolivar, delegate of the RSS coordination team and the network's operational team, they gave a cordial and fraternal welcome to the 64 consecrated and lay Salesians of the Salesian Social Works and Services of America, representatives of the 15 provinces of America who have committed to participate in this training space through synchronous digital meetings on the Zoom platform. The Catholic faithful of Lubumbashi in the province of Upper Katanga in the Democratic Republic of the Congo have lost their pastor still in full function as a result of a disease. Monsignor Jean Perry Tifunga Mabayo, Salesian of Don Bosco, died last March 31st, and in these days he has received several and dutiful tributes to his memory for the work done in his diocese and throughout the country. The remains of the Metropolitan Archbishop arrived from South Africa in the capital of Upper Katanga on Wednesday, 7th April, and were welcomed by religious, political and administrative authorities and then taken to the Cathedral St. Peter and Paul in Lubumbashi. Meanwhile, the diocesan church had already called into memory from Monday 5th April to Friday 9th April, 5 days of mourning which were spent accompanied by masses and vigils in the cathedral. On Friday, April 9, the day of the funeral, many people people came from all over the country to give the final greeting to Monsignor Mr. Tafunga after Mass presided over by Monsignor Marcel Tubambi, President of the National Episcopal Conference of the Congo (CENCO), was read some moving words of remembrance and message about the life and work of the Salesian prelate. Finally, the Archbishop's body was buried in the cathedral crypt. Holy Week 2021 of the parish Maria Auxiliatrix Don Crua has been lived with great fervour by the Salesian community and the faithful, although the pandemic still imposes many restrictions. The Salesian community has prepared each celebration according to the pastoral guidelines provided by the Archbishop of San Salvador and in compliance with biosecurity protocols. A chapel has been tentabled to ensure that the temple does not exceed its maximum capacity, and screen top has been set up in the gardens. The various parish works have worked to help the faithful find place and in the disinfection and cleaning of the benches and chairs in the 3 different spaces. All the celebrations were also broadcast on Facebook. Several members of the Council of the Salesian Youth Movement (MGS), the Youth Ministry of Salesian and the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians led on April 10 the online party for the start of MGS 2021 activities on the theme "Moved by Hope, I Leave My Mark." More than 300 participants, representatives of the various educational and pastoral communities of the country, participated in the 3 online meetings organized by age groups, children, adolescents and young people, who celebrated the life and action of the MGS, recognizing its impulse and commitment to society. In addition, they were able to deepen the model of holiness of Seferino Namuncura. The 3 meetings were attended by, among others, Father Carlo Lira, Superior of the Salesian Province of Chile (CIL), Sister Ximena Oyarzo, FMA Provincial, and Father Juan Miguel Carcamo, Provincial Delegate for Youth Pastoral Care. On April 11, at the headquarters of the Salesian Province of India, Bangalore, INK, the Salesian Youth Organization Bosco Youth organized a moment of prayer during which 24 young people gathered to implore peace, freedom and the restoration of democracy in Myanmar from God. The prayer rally began with a short presentation video about Myanmar to make young people aware of the serious situation. Then, with the candles lit, boys and girls recited the Koransina of Divine Mercy and prayed for Myanmar. Moved by the plight of the Burmese population, the young people of Bosco Youth expressed their solidarity with Myanmar's suffering young people. On Sunday, April 11, during Mass with young people, Father Martin Lasarte, Superior of the Salesian Visitors of Angola (ANG), delivered on behalf of the Rector Major the Missionary Cross to 2 post-novitiate Salesian missionaries sent respectively to the province of Portugal and the visitors of Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands. On April 9, 22 years after Cardinal Silva Henrique's death, faced with this commemoration, the foundation that bears his name, the Salesian Inspectorate of Chile and the Catholic University Silva Henriquez, highlight his figure for today's Chile. My word is a word of love for Chile. I have loved my country intensely. It is a beautiful country in its geography and history, beautiful for its mountains and its seas, but much more beautiful for its people. The Chilean people are very noble people, very generous and very loyal. He deserves the best. To those who have a vocation or responsibility for public service, I ask them to serve Chile in its men and women with special dedication. Every citizen must do their best so that Chile never loses its vocation of justice and freedom. Cardinal Raul Silva Henriquez. In his own words, it is worth remembering Cardinal Silva on the new anniversary of his Easter. His figure is part of the closure of a century and a millennium of human history and the opening of times to remember his prophetic legacy of spirituality, ethics and pastoral care. On a morning at the beginning of the Holy Autumn, the village with the white handkerchiefs and between tears and emotions turned to the streets to give it one last greeting. Having completed 2 years of post-novitiate training at Don Bosco College, Aluva, 16 Salesians of the Indian provinces of Bangalore, Delhi and Trichy are ready for the mission. In a graduation ceremony held at the Philosophy Study House at Aluva, Father Joy Kapananikal, Principal, welcomed the gathering, and Father Joyce Thonikoziel, former provincial of the Salesian province of Bangalore, presided over and distributed the certificates. Father Thonikoziel, in his keynote address, said that consistency and commitment to one's vocation would bear fruits in the ministry. Quoting Thomas Aquinas, he stated that theories are not something that one learns for the sake of learning, but they are visions that help one cultivate the art of being there for each other, especially the poor and the needy. Father Francis Vatukulam, rector and teacher, felicitated and asked the young Salesians to be brand ambassadors for the institution. Don Bosco Animation Research Kendra, Delhi, engaged in the liberation of slum dwellers, have identified 100 families for a holistic education livelihood project HELP. Initially, the families come for a meal to Don Bosco Animation Research Kendra. 3 families have already come to Don Bosco Animation Research Kendra. The mothers of these families are the victims of child marriage. Knowing the background of these families is disturbing and has elicited a more compassionate response from Don Bosco Animation Research Kendra. In addition to holistic education, Don Bosco Animation Research Kendra plans to give a better livelihood which enhances their income. Meanwhile, Don Bosco Animation Research Kendra is trying to evolve a strategy to create greater awareness to stop child marriages. Moved by the word of the Lord, you are chosen and anointed to bring good news to the poor. Gospel of Luke, chapter 4, verse 18 to 20. Compassion has turned into action to the BPL, below poverty line, to set them free from the bondage of child marriages, from literacy to literacy and holistic education, from underemployment and starvation to sustainable livelihood programs, enabling them to live a decent life, to restore their identity, to get the ration cards, voter IDs and all their fundamental rights, leading them to the human dignity and finally the awareness of their being children of God. Thus, the hope of resurrection calls to renew the society towards better tomorrows. So viewers, with that we have come to the end of today's edition. See you again tomorrow at the same time and in the same channel. Thank you for joining us.